We're going to give you a quick introduction into Amazon Web Services simple storage service and S3 buckets and how to use them and whatnot. So first of all, just basically an S3 storage in the cloud and a bucket is a place to store objects or any files or any type of thing, and a folder you can do even up in the cloud, basically for you to access anytime you need it with internet and use it for all sorts of things to connect up to. So for example, I have an application where my images and a couple of CSS files and JavaScript files point to that to locate them and use them up from the cloud. So yeah, we'll get into it. Just in Amazon Web Services console, we go into the S3. Once this loads, it'll show a couple of buckets that I already have created here for my application. So in these, I'll show you these first, and then we can go into creating one. In here is all my files, and we've got CSS here, so we go into this folder, and there's a file in here. Go back out, we'll go into one of the images ones, and there's files in here. These are the pictures. So yeah, so here's where you can either create a bucket, or you can even go here and create actions as we delete and everything, like empty, and the properties in here will go in here. And so basically you can set permissions up, excuse me, and in here in logging and whatnot. We'll go back out into create, and we'll start to create a bucket in here. Just a simple thing, buckets need to be unique, so their name and identifier can't be the same as another bucket, just for location purposes and whatnot when you need to use them. So if I go, for example, if I just put in bucket here, this is obviously going to be taken. Oh yeah, the region as well. So if you choose the region, then you can also back up and replicate that to another region for extra security, I guess, and extra redundancy. We'll just go into US standard for now. And so if I go create, this bucket is most likely going to be taken. So here you see requested bucket name is not available. We need to put in a unique one. So I'll try get one. 1, 2, 3. So here this has worked, and I can basically go in here, it's selected here, and I'll go actions, and I can delete here, create again. I'll go into the bucket, and this is where you can create folders in the bucket, upload, so upload there, or a new upload here, basically adding any files that you have locally and add them up to the cloud. So I go back out, and now I'll show you where my application is pointing to some of these files up in the cloud. Down here, so this is a CSS file, so here I have my URL address of the images, for example. So here it's a PNG. So I go into the index here. This is a link to the CSS and jQuery file. There's the bucket name here, there's the folder there, and then there's the file there. And so that just allows you to locate and use those without having them saved locally, so you don't have to keep accessing it all the time. If I go back up into here, and I'll show you the make public example, because you can do that when you go into a bucket. You want to make a file public so it's accessible for applications like that, or even online. Hopefully it's up here in the actions here. So you'd make it public, just able to be accessible on the internet or for you to use. If you didn't want something to be accessible on the internet for someone to see or for you to use yourself, then you would not make that. You wouldn't make it public and just use it as another storage service online, just to keep it private, really. So yeah, I'd just like to wrap up the video here on S3 storage buckets and Amazon Web Services. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.